to the Mark Petroni radio program. If you'd like to call, here's the number: 416-640-0200. That's 416-640-0200. The Mark Petroni radio program, heard exclusively on News Talk, Saga 960.
Well, Project Veritas, which does undercover-style journalism, has uncovered what it claims to be a cash for ballots voter fraud racket operating out of Minnesota in order to corrupt the allegations. There are quotes in this video, undercover video, that says basically, here are all the absentee ballots. Look, my car is full. Money is king of everything. That's the kind of thing that we're hearing from this this broadcast, this video that's now making the circulate. I assume it's gone viral. It would be a huge story. Certainly if the mainstream media did it, it would be absolutely everywhere. But I noticed that it didn't get much play out of NBC this morning. We'll have to see if all that changes. We have Miles Kristen on the line. Miles coming to us from near Madison, Wisconsin. Miles, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so James O'Keefe is at it again, doing what he does so well, undercover journalism, claiming to have blown the lid off of this ballot harvesting fraud in Minnesota. What do you think? How damaging will this be to the Democrats?
Well, I mean, as somebody who's not a Democrat or Republican and can look at all of this from the outside, it's like, yeah, the more and more I see about this ballot harvesting stuff going on, it does appear that there are a lot of Democrats engaged in rigging and cheating, and just by them making this whole process of ballot harvesting possible, what they're really doing is making it so that an individual can really play a significant part in tampering with the vote.
Let's hear a little bit from this video that Project Veritas put together.
James O'Keefe here in downtown Minneapolis at the scene of the crime. The person you're about to meet, Liban Mohammed, a.k.a. King Liban 1, boasts about the hundreds of absentee ballots in his car. This video is one of the first of its kind. A man self-incriminating himself, bragging about all the illegal ballot harvesting that he does.
Money is everything. Money is the key in this world. If you ain't got money, you should not be here, period. You know what I'm saying? Like is everything.
You can't really understand everything he says. Speaking Somali.
You cannot campaign that. You gotta have an investment to campaign. You gotta have a fundraisers. You gotta have you gotta have the whole team. Numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie.
Okay, in Somali he says absentee ballots in my car. My car is full. My car is full of absentee ballots. I don't know. We need to have the cops.
Mark, I mean, Russia, something, Russia. Russia's stealing the election. Oh, Russia.
It was Putin. It's Putin putting Trump on to. All right, we got to talk about Amy Coney Barrett as well. Okay, so she is the nominee. Came out after the show. Went off the air on Friday, and Trump announced that choice. To me, it was a totally in-your-face selection. It was almost like, yeah, I'm going to pick the one person that the left will absolutely go ballistic over. What did you make of her selection?
Well, I tried to figure out what's the worst thing about her, and so I put myself through the horrible process of watching one of those, I think they're called like Now This. It's one of those, hack medias where it was like they had a stand-up comedian doing the news report, and it was like, okay, what's the worst thing the left can find on this woman? I want to know what's the worst thing. And it was like, she's religious and she's against abortion, and even in their video they include the fact that she talks about recusing herself from cases involving where where her religion might play a factor in her decision making. And it's like, okay, I mean, I'm not even saying I agree with the woman or not, but you know, it didn't really seem like there was anything that bad on her record that they could really be upset about. I mean, yeah, she's got religious views and she's against abortion. Is that it? That's all you've got on her? I mean, I'm not really shocked by her at all.
Yeah, but they're definitely triggered by her because, well, let's face it, they hate Christians. They certainly hate Catholics. And so Amy checks off those boxes. She's very conservative as well. And so she's comparing herself to Chief Justice Scalia, or Antonin Scalia, who passed away a couple of years back. Anyway, so I guess they're in for a fight, but apparently Mitch McConnell and company have the numbers correct in the Senate to pull this thing off.
Yeah, I mean, you know, as I said before, I mean, like, I don't really know if either political party really wants to go through this nomination process weeks away from an election. It seems like they might want to focus on their Senate races, the presidential race, and so forth. You know, heck, tomorrow we got the debate, the first presidential debate tomorrow. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. Miles Kristen joining us from just outside Madison, Wisconsin. We're here on Saga 960. So what are you expecting from that? I mean, we've heard all about how, well, now Trump is coming out and saying he wants a drug test administered on Biden. He says he's not even joking because he figures that Biden's going to get a big shot. According to Trump, Biden's going to get a big fat shot in the ass, meaning an injection of some kind in order to try and keep him lucid for the duration of the debate.
I mean, I thought that one campaign ad of his was kind of funny, where they basically took the 2016 debate and then replaced Hillary with like a TV of where Biden was saying crazy things. And I mean, I find it really hard to believe they're actually going to put them into the same room together. And I mean, Biden will be terrible if he's not on a teleprompter. You know, I'm actually not really supporting the third and fourth party candidates this year, but it should be noted that there is a third and fourth party candidate from the Greens and the Libertarians, and they won't be in the debate. I mean, I love how, at least in Canada, when you guys have a debate, it seems like you encompass more parties in it. You know, here it's always the main two parties. I mean, it hasn't been since Ross Perot in the 90s that we had a third party candidate allowed into the debate.
Well, yeah, that's Ross Perot made the Clintons. I mean, let's face it, if he hadn't run and eaten into so much of the vote that would have otherwise gone to George H.W. Bush at the time, then you might not have heard about Hillary Clinton or Bill Clinton again, because I think it's pretty clear that I don't know. To me, when I go back in that, I think if it wasn't for Ross Perot, there would never have been. The Clintons would have never left Arkansas.
I know. I'll never forget Ross Perot, and he'd be like, you know, that great sucking sound, that's your economy going down the drain. And the guy was, and then when he was talking about that, our economy was $1 trillion in debt. We're just about to top $28 trillion, I believe, right now. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, it's just astronomical. I mean, you can't even imagine that kind of debt. But there it is. I mean, so Trump, I don't know, I'm hearing a lot of his support level amongst the Latinos and black people. And there's a story in American Greatness about it, suggesting that if Trump's support base on Election Day, and leading up to it, obviously, is as strong as it tends to suggest, according to the polls, that Biden's going to get smoked. I don't know. Are you hearing much about black support in Wisconsin and Latino support for the Republicans in your state?
I don't know, particularly in my state. I mean, I know a handful of people of color who are going to be voting for Trump, and I do think, like, throughout the United States, Trump's going to get more support from the black and Latino community than really any Republican ever. At the same time, Trump has lost millions of Republican voters across the state who will vote for Joe Biden, and really that's because Joe Biden's views are more in line with George W. Bush than Trump's are. And so, like, that's the toss-up. Like, yeah, he's gonna gain black and Latino votes, but he's also gonna you know, he's also going to lose out on those more neoconservative war hawk type Republicans who will jump over to Biden. And so that's why, in the end, I can't really say which way this election's going to go. I mean, this summer it looked a lot like Trump was going to lose, and then all the riots happened. And, I mean, Kamala Harris really brings nothing to the ticket. And you've got all those millions of people out there protesting, and you can't have they don't have a Democrat who could maybe somehow calm them down and put some sense into them. I mean, those protesters aren't listening to Biden, and I really don't think most of them are even going to get out to vote for Biden. So,
do you really think that there are that many war hawk, neocon voters out there that Biden can mine in terms of getting support? Are there that many Americans out there who want more war, who want more dead, who want more bombs, who want... I just find it hard to believe that that would be a huge contingent of untapped votes for the Democrats that are going to go their way come November.
I'm talking like 1 million, 2 million, maybe, because Trump and Hillary both got just over 60 million votes each. And so, John Kasich and all those, they literally have a group now called Republicans for Biden. I mean, that is the strategy that the Democrats are going with, is trying to win over that Republican vote like they've never have before. I mean, they've been doing that for a long time, of trying to win over Republicans, but they made their choice. They don't really want that whole Bernie Sanders crazy lefty side. They want the Republican vote. I mean, that's why when they make this whole case that Biden's part of the radical left, it's like, well, no, the radical left hates Biden too. And I mean, who is Biden? Is Biden this, socialist radical, or is he more the, old racist war hawk? Like, I think of Biden, like I said, much more in line with, say, George W. Bush than your Bernie Sanders or AOC, anything like that.
Well, he voted in favor of the Iraq War, 1 and 2. So
NAFTA, the crime bill. He wrote the damn bill.
Yeah, the bill that ensured that more black people would stay in prison longer. And now for him to come out and be painted as a radical leftist. But I think he is whatever they're telling him to be. I mean, I don't think there's a whole lot there anymore. And we'll have to see. I mean, who knows? If he comes out and surprises people in the debate, it may work in his favor. If people say, well, we thought he was going to collapse. We thought he was going to be terrible, and he wasn't terrible. And so, that could be a big plus. I mean, all he has to do is stand on his feet and sound relatively lucid, and maybe that will be enough for some people to say, all right, well, he's not senile. I'll vote for him. We'll have to see. I think, but Trump is going to be in there. I think he's going to be hammering him with everything he's got. And Trump is anything but senile. The guy is as sharp as a tack. At least he certainly comes across that way. Maybe it's all that practice that he gets dealing with the media types. Anyway, Miles, thank you for coming on the show. Appreciate this.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Miles Kristen. Check out Wisconsin International Radio. You can see Miles's content online on his Twitter feed and on his YouTube channel. We've got a lot more coming your way on News Talk Saga 960. And